The Chicago Bears, biggest game in Chicago in a decade. And, man, they threw a party. And, man, they look great. And, man, they're on a roll. And this is an amazing football town. My wife's from there. I've been there. I discovered it later in life. I love Chicago. And the Bears are mostly about Matt Nagy. Okay, I said it. Nobody wants to hear it. As a fan, you don't want to hear that. You don't go to a game wearing a headset. You wear a jersey. You don't go and buy a coaching outfit. You buy a jersey. You want me to go on the air and say your players are amazing, and that's the story, and I'm not going to tell you that. Yes, Khalil Mack is amazing. And by the way, Akeem Hicks is really, really good. In fact, Pro Football Focus says all 8 of your best players are on defense. This offense, though, is about Matt Nagy. I'm sorry you don't want to hear it. You want me to brag about your sure-handed wide receivers and your young and promising running backs and, of course, Mitch Trubisky. Come on, folks. This Bears offense, in 40 years of watching pro football, I've never seen an offense and a coach orchestrate an offense more brilliantly around a limited quarterback. It's an orchestra. It is motion. It is efficiency. It is beautiful. It's 6 running backs. It's 8 wide receivers. It is a beautiful offense, and in the end of the night, 160 yards passing. That's coaching. Patrick Mahomes, far greater talent. Deshaun Watson, far greater talent. This is about Matt Nagy, and I'm sorry you don't want to hear it. There's 2 stories going on with the Bears. They have a very, very good defense led by one of the great defensive players of my lifetime, Khalil Mack. And the second part of the story is Matt Nagy. This is beautiful. I'm not saying Trubisky does not have talent. He's got a little Jimmy G, but he can't throw as well. He got a little Russell Wilson, but he can't run as well. He's got a little Alex Smith. He's not that good at the line of scrimmage. He's closer to Dak than he is a superstar. Andrew Luck, his coaching staff just puts him in the pocket. Throw darts. Drew Brees, his coach puts him in the pocket. Just throw darts. Matt Nagy's game plan is telling you exactly what he has with Mitch Trubisky. We don't trust him in the pocket much. We're going to move him around. A lot of deception. This is 3.5 hours of card tricks. It's illusion. It's fantastic. It is beautiful. It is an orchestra. And everybody's like, oh, the Rams have the best coaching staff. No. Rams have better players. Rams wide receivers, they're better than Chicago's. Rams offensive line left tackle Andrew Whitworth is better than Chicago's. Todd Gurley is better than Chicago. Jared Goff's better than Trubisky. Rams, Sean McVay's a great coach. But he's got some stuff to work with now. Chicago, offensively, it's guys. Some are better than others. It's Matt Nagy. And I know you don't go to a stadium with a headset on. And I know you want me to say, our players are, folks, you don't think coaching matters. You still watching football all these years, don't think coaching matters. John Fox to Trubisky, McVay from Jeff Fisher, Saban at Alabama, Harbaugh at Michigan replacing Brady Hoke. There's an old musical called West Side Story. This is Midwest Side Story. Okay, that's what this is. And I know it's going to drive you crazy. And you want all this sort of love and stuff for Mitch Trubisky. He's a guy. Now, he's an athlete. Again, not saying he doesn't have talent. He's confident as hell. He's got a little bit of Jimmy Garoppolo, but he doesn't throw quite that. His ball dies at the end. Garoppolo's doesn't. He's got a little bit of Russell Wilson, but he's not that athletic. And he's got a little Alex Smith, straight line speed. But I don't think he's that experienced or that good at the line of scrimmage. By the way, really sad for Alex Smith, great dude. I think he's closer to Dak. But the offensive coaching right now in Chicago is one of the great things I've ever seen. It is just fantastic. Biggest game in Chicago, great football town in a decade. And I mean Minnesota walked into a snake pit. Minnesota and their quarterback, Andy Dalton, my bad, Kirk Cousins, same guy, walked into a snake pit. And Chicago deserves all the love. But we got 2 things going on here. A really good defense with a superstar and a great head coach. Midwest Side Story. That's what this is. All right, Bear fans hate me. Now let's go to Dallas fans. Dallas won yesterday. Maybe Troy Aikman was right. Maybe this is Dallas's division. Every year in the NFL, there's one division winner that feels like they're a little over their head. Let me just say this out loud. This year, Steelers, Patriots, Saints, Chiefs, Rams, Dallas. Ooh, what doesn't fit here? By the way, we've seen this. Remember Carolina won a division, 7-8-1? Kirk Cousins won the NFC East. Washington 9-7. Tebow's Broncos won 8-8. Seattle one year went 7-9 with Pete Carroll. Houston Texans done it a couple of times. Listen, that's Dallas this year. If they win this division, and right now they're the healthiest team. I mean, they get another home game on a short week. It looks like Dallas is going to have it. Dallas got several breaks this year. The Redskins quarterback got hurt. Philadelphia's got a Super Bowl hangover, and they enter this year on crutches. And the New York Giants took a running back, a good one, over a quarterback, and they are what they are. That's number one. Number two, this Cowboy offense is totally limited, even with Amari Cooper. I mean, yesterday they faced Atlanta. Everybody in the league, everybody, Eli, Jameis Winston, everybody, hot knife through butter against Atlanta. Dallas had 6 points going into the fourth. Dak had about 215 yards throwing. I'm not saying Dallas doesn't have talent. I do not believe, like Troy Aikman said, they need an overhaul. I do not believe that. I love their defensive line. I think their young linebackers, that kid from Idaho, 8-man football, is a stud. I love their left tackle. He's a Hall of Famer. Running back Zeke, a real deal. I even think Amari Cooper's really good. I would have thrown a first-round pick at him. And offensive line, it's not what it was. It's not as good as the Saints' offensive line. But the offensive line for the Dallas Cowboys is still very good, top 10 in the league. And I think if you ask Dallas Cowboy fans, if you ask the true Cowboy fans who are really honest, not just pom-pom wavers, people that go into a stadium, smart guys, smart women, that go to the stadium and can talk like grown-ups and say, listen, we do this, we don't do this. This is the weakest playoff team that will enter this year. And if it wins the NFC East, it is absolutely the weakest. I mean, listen, Dallas's 5 wins are against teams that are 18-34. Their wins are against the Giants, Philly, Detroit, Jacksonville, and Atlanta. Dallas's losses are all the good teams they've played. Carolina, Tennessee, Houston, Seattle, and Washington. I mean, listen, it's not all wins are the same. Not all division titles are the same. Let's not kid ourselves here. They're not all the same. This is a very slightly above average Dallas team, but they've drafted very, very well on the defensive side of the ball, and they've got a couple of stars, left tackle, running back. And they gave up a number 1 pick to get Amari Cooper, and I like him. Amari Cooper is like when you add a really good pitcher to a pitching staff in baseball, and everybody can go down one slot, and the former ace is now a 2, and the 2 is now a 3, and the 3 is now a 4. Cole Beasley now feels a little better. And the tight ends feel more capable. And that rookie, Gallup, I kind of like him more now. Amari Cooper's made everybody a little less important. They can just play their role, and it's nice. But they throw for 200 yards against an Atlanta defense that is just awful. So Bears fans still don't love Trubisky. It's sleight of hand, and it's beautiful. I go see magicians all the time in Vegas, Chicago fans. That's what you're watching on offense. It's absolutely, listen, I've seen, every great comedian or every great magician in America, I've seen them, Chicago fans. I've seen them all in Vegas, used to live there. It's fascinating. I love magic. But it's optical illusion. It's sleight of hand. When David Copperfield goes, look, there's a building, I moved it. He didn't really move it. Mitch Trubisky, oh, my God, he threw all these magic tricks. Yeah, he's not Patrick Mahomes. He's not Deshaun Watson. He's not Andrew Luck. He's not Russell Wilson. He's not. And Cowboy fans, I think you'd admit it. Honestly, this is going to be the weakest team to win a division. And there's always one team that wins a division, and you're like, doesn't make the cut. Dallas is that team. Doesn't quite make the cut. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.